Good morning. Welcome our REMAX First Realty family of offices and agents. Good morning. We are deep into the holiday season now. So happy holidays for whatever holidays you are celebrating. Thank you for tuning into this think tank. I am Olivier Lewis. If we haven't met, broker owner of the Cranford office, and here to think with you guys on Tuesdays during our think tanks. So if you have any topics you'd love covered, please shoot me an email, DM, message, put a comment in, and I will cover them. So if you are watching, smash that like button, share some feedback. Let me know. I am not speaking to just the agents here, but I'm not streaming out to an audience of zero. So let me know you're here. Thank you, Vito. Good morning. Today, I want to talk about social media, using social media and not letting it use you. So we're going to talk about some quick do's and don'ts because social media is an important part of your business. I'm going to quickly share this article. Here we go, on social media. And National Association of Realtors study finds that social media has become an integral part of our business and closing deals. So a couple quick stats: 77% of realtors actively use social media for real estate in some way, shape, or form. Well, you guys in here, are you guys using social media in some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Absolutely. 47% of real estate businesses note that social media results in the highest quality leads versus other sources. Meaning, when you look at the realtor.coms, the Zillows, the Opsities, etc., how are you finding social media rates against those other lead sources?
Depends. There is some truth to that because the customer is checking you out more in real time.
Yep.
For engagements, they actually know you before they get to you if the information is correct.
Yep.
Whereas Zillow is kind of like a coldish pass off.
Yep.
So I think the social media leads are a lot more better depending on what your funnel is.
Great. So feedback, in case you guys didn't hear that, was in social media, they're checking you out, they're getting to interview you, they're getting to know you in real time versus the lack of that with the realtors, Zillows, etc. So there is definitely a little bit of a rapport built, or at least knowledge of who you are, versus just a cold call of, hey, I'm following up on your inquiry from realtor, Zillow, etc. So that's one. The other thing is they can really understand what you're about and understand your business, see your listings a lot better, because whatever you're promoting on social media, they directly see it because they can go right through your feed and your history, versus on Zillow, they're typically just seeing the one. Yes, they can click on your profile and see a couple actives, but it just doesn't tell enough of your story, what you're doing and how you help people, versus all of your videos, your testimonials, all that stuff is on social media. So that leads to typically a higher quality lead. And unless you're doing ads and running ads, the inquiries you get from social media are people reaching directly out to you. Would you guys agree on that? So with the exception of ads, these are people raising their hand and saying, hey, Olivier, I need help. I need to buy or sell or rent or whatever it is. That's a higher quality lead than you reaching out and being on the flip side saying, hey, Olivier, can I help you buy a house? Can I help you sell your home? So with social media, when they're inquiring to you, that's typically a higher quality lead. And 99% of millennials and 90% of baby boomers begin their home search online as opposed to in-person referrals. I'm going to read that stat again. And this is from the National Association of Realtors. 99% of millennials and 90% of baby boomers begin their home search online. That's huge, guys. So if you're marketing, if you are looking to lead generate, which that should be everyone, you have to realize that 99% of millennials and 90% of baby boomers are starting online. Your online presence is so important. So this is why social media is key to part of your lead gen. It should be part of everyone's lead gen strategy. It should be a part, not all of it, but everyone starts their search online. So of course, they're first looking for a home, but then after they find a home, whatever agent it's connected to, or if they want to look for a different agent, they are going to Google agents. And if they land on your profile, before they call you, they will probably do what?
Search.
search and Google you,
Yeah.
just to get to know you. And what do they typically land on?
Social media stuff.
Your social media profiles. Bingo. I wish I had a bell. Your social media profiles, as well as, of course, your Realtor Zillow if they're completed. So, guys, quick sidebar: Google yourself. Make sure all of your information is correct. Make sure the company you work for, your phone numbers, your photos are all online, because people will Google you. And last, let me finish this up. Translation: social media is an absolute goldmine for real estate business. Of course, that's assuming you have a concrete social media strategy and aren't just winging it. And that's what we want to quickly cover today. You have to have a strategy. You cannot just wing it. You cannot just say, I'll post randomly. So let's talk about some of what that strategy looks like. You need to use it to grow your audience, right? If you have 100 followers, 500 followers, should you be content and just keep it status quo with that? No. There's thousands of buyers, there's thousands of transactions happening every day, every month throughout the state. So part of your goal should be to grow your following and grow your audience. And with that, you need to use hashtags so that you're reaching different audiences. Alternatively, you're just talking to the same 100 or 200 or 500 people. The hashtags definitely help you reach out to more audience, a bigger audience, to grow your audience. Also, use what works, what the algorithm requires. And guys, you don't have to be an expert at this, nor do you have to hire someone to coach you through this. You can just Google it. But right now, Reels are what social media is pushing. Why? Because Instagram and Facebook want to keep up with TikTok, so they created Reels, and that's what they reward. So knowing that, try to do everything in a Reels format. And I'm going to take a quick stab at Carl, who was so proud of himself and labeled himself the social media king at one of our meetings, because in 20 minutes, he figured out how to do a reel on his own and did it. And the whole meeting was about how great he is at social media. But if Carl can do it, you can do it, guys. So figure out how to create a reel and put things in reel format, because that rewards you when you do post. So you want to connect with more people. That's why you want to do hashtags, and you want to follow the algorithm, because the more people you get can lead to what? More business, more opportunity, more contacts, more people in your network. So that is part of the goal, to have a strategic plan. Also, stay relevant and top of mind with who you have. Yes, you do want to grow, but you want to stay relevant and top of mind with the people you are connected with. So, of course, you need to post educational content. You need to post real estate content. It should not be all about you and your personal life. And it should also not be all about you and your work life. People go to social media to escape. I've read that in about 20 different publications. People are on social media to escape work, escape stress, escape, whatever they're going through, and they want to unplug. They don't want to go on there to be sold. Right? Do you get frustrated when you're scrolling and you stop on something and you start to pay attention and you realize sponsored ad? You get frustrated, right? Because you don't want to be sold. If you had a friend in the car business and you're not in the market for a car, would you want to see every day the deal of the day, the new car? You tune them out. And you wouldn't even know that, they wouldn't even know that you tuned them out, because you would unfollow them. So you're on Facebook, they wouldn't come up in your feed, or on Instagram, you would mute their post. So they wouldn't come up in your feed, and they wouldn't know. You don't want to be unfollowed or muted. So you have to balance it out. You cannot be all work. People do not want to be sold unless you're following some kind of coach or guru of some sort. Great thing with social media is that is how your clients want to communicate a lot of the time. I like to say, I've said this for many years, meet people where they are. If people want to talk on social media, meet them there. I've actually interviewed, hired agents, and Alina or Valentina says, oh, can you give me their phone number? And I say, I don't have it, because it was all through DM. Absolutely. All through DM. So what are you going to do? You want to take it offline sometimes, but if that's how they prefer to communicate, whether it's Messenger on Facebook or DM or messaging through TikTok, Meet them where they are versus trying to force them into your communication methods that they may not want to do, and you lose the contact. So DMs are great for that. And a lot of people choose to communicate that way. Pay attention to your network's life changes and what goes on, whether they got a promotion at work, demotion at work, family changes, etc. That's an opportunity to reconnect because maybe there is a need to move somehow. But pay attention. The signs are there of what's going on in their lives where you can turn that into an opportunity. And remember, it's not just entertainment. You need to educate and inform. And through that, people see the value in you. And through seeing the value in you, they will respond to you and also reach out to you and say, hey, I need your help. So a couple don'ts with social media. I've seen agents for many, many years say, well, I'm going to start doing my marketing. And they take their phone and they're basically scrolling with their thumb. That is not marketing. Yes, you're paying attention to your audience, but you're going down a rabbit hole, and that's not an effective way. This is why I said you have to have a plan and don't just randomly think my marketing for today for an hour, 2 hours, or you think it's an hour. Next thing you know, 3 hours later, you look up and you're like, I got nothing done. You need to be intentional and not randomly post. So make a game plan. Know what your content should be about. And then you can schedule it. And then you can have a plan. So you can get in and out and be efficient with your time. Some of the things that help are sites like Hootsuite, Later.com, and a lot of the social media sites allow you to now schedule out posts. So on a Sunday, on a Saturday, on a weeknight, hey, if you want to do it during peak hours of the week, you can go in and build out your content for the next week or month. And then you schedule it. So it's not an everyday task, but it helps you keep top of mind. It gets your message across. You get to help people. And it's way more efficient and also way more consistent if you do it that way versus, hey, I'm going to go do my marketing and I'll just figure out what I'm going to do on social media. Then it's much harder. You're not prepared. You don't get the videos done. You're not consistent. And overall, you don't get the clients and you don't get to build an audience from it. So you have to be consistent. Part of being consistent is making a plan. Part of making a plan is knowing what content you're going to talk about and balancing that out with personal, but then scheduling out stuff so you're not always having to go do it. That is key. In a couple hours, you can schedule out posts for a whole month worth of social media. You can't consistently go and quickly knock out a post every day. It winds up taking you so much longer. So that's why it's very important to schedule it out if you can. So that's what I got on social media, some do's and don'ts and best practices. You guys saw the numbers from NAR, 99% of millennials, which was, almost 100%. And I forget what 90% of baby boomers start their search online. So your online presence is super important. Your social media presence is super important, but do not make it a rabbit hole where you're going in without a plan, because you can spend a lot of time being busy, but not being productive. And I want to see you guys be more productive with your time, more efficient with your time. So make a plan, know what you're going to talk about, know what your content is, schedule it out, and use social media. Do not let it use you. Cool. Any questions, feedback, comments? No? All right. Well, guys, I think next week is our last week. I don't have the calendar in front of me, but next week, I believe, is our last week of the year for doing a think tank. So probably going to do a year-end summary and just say thank you. So just a heads up. But if you want to talk about something, let me know. Alternatively, have a great holiday for all the different holidays between now and New Year's, of course. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.